Dibs, let's get back to the calls. I could get really, really used to this clinching the division in Seattle thing. Did it in 2019, did it again here in 2022. And oh, by the way, let's get a few calls in here, and then I want to roll you through something I did last night. I wanted a little bit of a dive into the schedules remaining for playoff teams. And I believe that I can tell you right now who the 49ers are going to play in week one of the playoffs.
It's a great tease.
But it's going to be two different answers.
Playoff matchup even Roger Goodell doesn't know is going to happen. That's coming up on NFL Cast. Okay, Ben. Thank you. A little Dennis Miller and Mike Chris Townsend.
Nice job.
A little too much Miller in my townie.
I got two answers, though, because I don't know if the Niners are getting the 2 seed or the 3 seed.
Okay.
So I got a 2 seed answer, and I got a 3 seed answer.
I'd like you to be definitive on how this actually plays out and just pick the one that you think is going to be most plausible.
We'll see.
Okay.
I'm not just going to do it because you tell me to.
It's a great tease. I know. That's not how you work.
Robert in the East Bay. What's going on, Robert? You're on with Willard and Dibs. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm in the car waiting anxiously to talk to you guys. A long-time listener, first-time caller. Oh, man, Greenlaw really lit it up last night. But, hey, I just called about Brock Purdy. You guys have a lot of Brock puns and everything else. So I'll take you back to the early 90s, late 90s, when there's a movie called Boogie Nights. Dirk Diggler, played by Mark Wahlberg, who also played Vince Papale in Invincible. Imagine Chess Rockwell and Brock Landers singing the song, "You Got the Touch, You Got the Fire." Dude, all the way to the playoffs. Wow, awesome. I'm happy to be a United fan. Happy holidays, guys, and I'm out.
Thank you. That's a great call. Brock that guy. Brock him.
Brock that guy. Yeah, I don't know. That one sort of works. It's a 3.
No,
anyway,
whatever. Brock puns is what he was talking about, and he even was able to sing and a great debut for the first-time caller.
Listen, it feels good right now, doesn't it? Listen,
feels great, baby.
Always feels great when your team makes the playoffs, but there's something different about this. Remember the Warriors won the title, and we're like, why does this feel so different? Because it felt, right, no KD, a little bit more organic, surprising, homegrown.
It hit different. Is the expression.
This does too.
Yeah.
It's not even Christmas yet. And they've already clinched the division and nothing worse than the 3 seed, and they're on QB3. I mean, this is it hits different.
It's inconceivable, Mark. And it really is unprecedented in terms of, and we can talk about the what if scenario because now we do know this. The 49ers will have a playoff game the second weekend in January. It will be at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And so you look at the possibility of the Niners going all the way, and we do know this. No rookie has ever quarterbacked his team to a Super Bowl victory. So we're already into uncharted territory in terms of a third stringer is the guy who won the division. He's one of the few quarterbacks to ever win in Seattle as a Niner starting quarterback. He's already in some pretty heady company.
Let me ask you a question real quick before we continue with the calls. If I said to you that the Lions were playing at Lambeau Field tomorrow against the Packers, who do you think would win the game?
It's tough because Detroit is a better team indoor, but they are hot. I'm going to say Detroit wins that game.
All right, so I'm going to take that prediction, and I'm going to tell you what the playoff structure will be. Detroit is the 7 seed if they win that game. And they will have the opportunity to win that game on the final game of the year, Week 18. The Washington Commanders, who the 49ers will see in 8 days, that's your 6 seed. So those are your options for the 49ers as far as who's visiting Levi Stadium on the weekend of, January 14th and 15th?
Yeah.
There will be a home game, Levi Stadium, lights on, January 14th, 15th. It will either be the Detroit Lions or the Washington Commanders based on whether or not the 49ers are the 2 seed or the 3 seed. If they are the 2 seed, if they can win out, I think the Vikings go 3-1 the rest of the way. 49ers, if they win all 3 of their games, I do believe they will be the 2 seed, and they have said they are going to chase those wins. Shout out Steve Kerr. Kyle Shanahan said that last night. They want the 2 seed, and really, quite frankly, with the 3 teams remaining on their schedule, outside of injuries we don't see coming, there is zero reason why they should not win those games. So I got the Niners as the 2 seed and surprisingly facing the Detroit Lions week 1 of the playoffs at Levi Stadium.
Wow, that would be a great matchup, although Detroit would be more formidable than we would have thought. I love the angles. Jared Goff in a virtual homecoming, coming back to the Bay Area, a kid from Marin Catholic, hang in there, big guy, Cal grad, and more importantly, the assistant linebacker coach, Cameron Davis, my old neighbor from when I lived in Oakland. I met him as a 9-year-old, and he got his start in the coaching world in no small part based on a chance meeting that he had with Amy Trask at a sushi restaurant on Broadway. He saw Amy, dropped my name. Amy called me and said, "What do you know about this kid?" I said, "He's a great kid. He got an internship with the Raiders. Skip ahead some 12 years, and he's on the Lions staff." So I would love to see Cammy Cam, my old neighbor, in a homecoming
it'd be a fun
with
game.
the Detroit Lions.
It'd be a fun game.
But what about this, Mark? What about if the Niners became the number 1 seed?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Number 1.
Why would what are you predicting for the Eagles?
At Chicago.
What kind of a collapse is this?
Well, at Dallas, that's going to be a tough game.
Sure.
On a short week.
Tough game.
They would have to lose to Chicago.
They're at Chicago this week.
At
then
Dallas,
it's at
and
Dallas.
then they host New
They
Orleans.
got home games against the
And then
Saints
the Giants. It's possible.
No, it's not. It's not.
Mathematically.
They're not going to lose all those games.
You son of a math teacher.
I do not think that's happening. All right.
You do know that it is mathematically possible.
So many things are. Yes,
I'm just,
absolutely.
As a son of a math teacher, for you to discount the math is offensive.
It's mathematically possible to buy a house here in the Bay Area, too. However, all right.